Hello. Oh, that's too loud. Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Oh my God. Okay. All right, I'll mute all that. Jeez. Whew. Is there sound now? Is there sound? Because some people are still saying no sound. There should be sound, surely. I hope people can hear me. God, I feel like I'm on like the other end of a radio, like stuck in the bottom of a cave or something. Hello? Can anybody hear me? Okay, people can hear. Good. All right. There's always that delay where it's like 5 seconds of 5 seconds has passed. So I'm going to be asking a question and then just standing here going while I hear something. There's a slight echo. Well, that would probably just be my room. It's not great. Oh. Joel Gillum sent me $5. Joel Gillum here. I can't stay long. I know Joel. Joel is a childhood friend of ours that we grew up with. That is so weird that he joined and immediately sent me $5. Thanks, man. I mean, I would have answered your text if you sent me that. How you doing, Joel? Glad to hear it. That you're that you're still around. That you're still alive. I don't know. Anyways, slow mode is too slow. Please fix. Well, last time I didn't have slow mo. It was like chaos in the chat. So let me disable slow mode, and let's see what happens. Does it just go bananas? Changes saved. All right. Well, slow mode is off now. It's more reverb than echo. Yeah, it's slow mode is off. The echo is still around because it's just my office, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. All right, it's kicking off. All right, well, what questions do you guys have? I'll discuss my idea soon. We'll get to that because. Yeah, I'll just wait for people to sort of arrive. There is no sound from your microphone. Well, surely it's just you, right? I mean, other people can hear me. Donut NFT. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Love the podcast thing. That's great to hear. P Ghost. Cool. Andrew, please make a banana model in Blender. Well, that's useful to 3 people. I don't know. I actually made a banana just the other day. And it's related to my question that I'm about to talk about, my idea. But in the meantime, I'll just answer your questions. If anyone's got any amazing questions, whiz-bang questions that they want me to answer, now's your chance. In fact, I can probably take off my headphones. I don't look like don't have to look like that. Oh, and I didn't even put on my gel. You'll get to see me. This is how I prepare for a podcast. It's not gel. What's it called? Matte, heavy cream or something. There we go. That's how I get all dressed up for the podcast. Geometry node tutorial. Yeah, so I'm actually working on one right now. Basically it's going to be adding sugar crystals to a little tube. Do you call them tubes? They're like those candy gumdrops is, I think, a better term that people are more familiar with. It also doesn't make people go, did you say Jew? No, Jube. I shouldn't show that. Or should I? Okay, I didn't have my stream key on it. That's good. I shouldn't show that. I shouldn't show this. I shouldn't... gosh. Why didn't I think of at least minimizing stuff before I started? Bloody hell, what was I going to show? I was going to show something in Blender that I'm working on. But maybe I should wait. Let me switch it back to webcam only so I don't just like embarrass myself with showing stuff on the screen that shouldn't be showed. Not that there would be anything that bad. Okay, there we go. Let's open up. There we go. This is what I wanted to show. So I'm making this little tube. It's a gumdrop using geometry nodes. and that's essentially what I'm working on. It's about scattering an object, which is just about the most. It's the thing that everyone can do at the moment in geometry nodes. I think, and I had this thought this morning, that like it's actually too advanced for most artists, I think. Like, I was looking at this tutorial on like how to do an array system, and it wasn't. Did someone say my sound is coming from my camera? I don't think it's coming from my camera. It should be coming from this microphone. You can hear me. Anyway, I was trying to do an array system in the in Blender, and it was like the most complicated string of nodes for geometry nodes to get that to set up to work properly, that I really thought like this is not going to work for people. But anyways, let me see. Can I make this chat pop out? Pop out chat. Oh, good. All right. Well, I can see what you guys are going to be saying then. Sound is good for me. Oh, geez, that's too big. Oh, man. See, this is what I get to see, right? This is why I can't read anyone's comment. So, yeah, gumdrops. Stop spamming. Sound is good. You got me into Blender forever. Thankful. Thank you. I remember the Blender Guru competitions. I remember those too. Any chance we'll get to compete again anytime soon? Those were cool times. Yeah, they were cool times. They were something. I don't know if I'll do another one anytime soon necessarily. They were cool, they were fun, but it was like, it's a lot of work to plan and set up, and Polygon is just kind of the thing that I do right now, so that's what I'm doing. I didn't realize people were sending me money. Okay, I gotta answer it. Inadvertently led me to make Mr. Beast play button. Thanks, bro. Led me to make Mr. Beast's play. That's crazy. You made Mr. Beast's play button? What does that mean? Like you 3D printed the button? It's pretty cool. Well, that's great, man. Great to hear, Daniel Kraft. That's awesome to hear. After Effects artists. I've edited 3 episodes of Netflix series and done many other big projects. Learning Blender now to expand. Really loving it. Thanks for the tutorials. Oh, well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's great to hear. Awesome. Well, would you ever work for Pixar Disney? Probably not. Not that it's not, one of the best animation places in the world. It is, but this is far more fun. You get to do what you want. You work at a big studio, you're just a cog in a wheel. So, no, I probably wouldn't. All right. Have you ever seen Grant Abbott's 3D channel? Yeah, definitely. I search Blender questions all the time when I'm making something, so I come across all the YouTube channels you're probably familiar with. Got me into Blender at a young age. That's cool. Any way to profit? Get some extra bucks at this age. How to make some extra money. Well, I actually did a podcast, the last couple of podcasts, on making money. There was an episode of the podcast called Money, Money, Money. And I talked about it there, some ideas for making money. I suppose the big one would be just to make an NFT. However, you will not make money, probably, in all honesty. Like, if you're just getting started and you're in the art space, you're not at the stage no one's really going to buy an NFT. Unless you're like an obscure artist known for their crazy ideas or something. Anyway, will you sue me if I create a YouTube channel called Blender Guru? No, but just know you'll be shooting yourself in the foot because Google will assume you misspelled it and just direct everyone to me. So go ahead. I don't know. You should do portfolio review videos. I suppose I could. All right. Well, let's go to some of these newer questions here. I could probably switch it back from webcam only since I'm just reading questions. Not that this background is that great, right? It's, it's green. At least I got a proper green screen now. I did have a green screen before and it was big, like 2 meters by 2 meters, but I made it myself and it was made of, what's it called? The drywall. So I got like this wood frame that I built, diagonal thing, and then I built it with wood beams and structure and nailed it all in there. And then I got the drywall, whatever, and I put those sheets over it. And then I did the plaster over the seams, and then I painted it green, and great, worked wonderful. However, big problem, it's really fucking heavy. It was just insane. It was so heavy, and the thing was you had to lean it against a wall, and somehow it's a magnet for cats. Cats want to climb all over it, and so I was having dinner once and then just heard this fantastic crash coming from my office. And the cat just decided to climb along the top, tip it, and the whole thing just crashed onto my computer. And I had to, it damaged it. So I had to like repair it, do it, and it was never the same again. And so anyways, long story short, I just gave it away for free. And I bought this Elgato pop-up screen thingy, and it's a lot nicer. Anyways, that was a fun story. Let's talk some more questions. Do you know how to start with character modeling? 300 hours Blender experience. 300 hours. Not bad. Character modeling, I'd probably start with understanding the sculpt tools. And I made the mistake of trying to learn sculpting whilst learning to sculpt a face. And the face is the hardest thing to sculpt because your eye will notice any tiny discrepancy. So it's really punishing. So I think it's better to start with something stupidly simple, like a teddy bear or a piece of candy or a toy that your eye is less aware of and going to be able to notice problems with it. So that's be what I would suggest. And then learning character animation, modeling tools, all that kind of stuff, just anatomy. That's really what it comes down to. Like, learn how to make a realistic face. And there's a great book on it. Hang on. And let me pull up the page first before I start, before I bring it full screen. This is the best book by far. Like, I stumbled around for way too long, months, until I discovered this book. And let me share my screen now. Share my screen. Cool. This is it. This is fantastic. This is really fantastic. There's two books that they've got: Anatomy for Sculptors, which is the full body, and then Anatomy for Facial Expressions, which is all about the face, and it's really, really, really good. I got both of them. Yeah. So yeah, by far, because like that's the thing I realized is like when you sign up for these courses on sculpting or anatomy or anything, a lot of it is them like showing you a diagram or a model and then pointing out, and this is how the muscle goes underneath the thing. And it's like, it's better consumed in a still format. It's actually one of the few things that video is not very good at explaining. So I actually found it better to just look at the book. So I took screenshots of it, you put it in PureRef, and it's really, really good. So anatomyforsculptors.com. It's worth every penny. It's a PDF. They sell it as PDF and also hardcovers, so you can get whichever one you need. And let me go back here. Cool. Well, that's it. In terms of that, let's have a look at some other questions. Oh, somebody had a thingamajig. Some questions here. Blender Binge. Have you seen the Blender sculpt I did of you? No, I haven't, Blender Binge. Should I Google your name? Let's look it up. But first, there's a couple of other questions that are about to disappear. I learned Blender early 2019 using your donut, now with particle nodes. Will you do a particle tutorial, also node textures? Yes, I'm working on a geometry node tutorial. That'll definitely change how sprinkles are done. Particle nodes is different. I think that's going to come later in the year when that's released. But anyways, currently working with Netflix K-drama and use Blender and UE4 as previews. Any plan to show feature Blender with other software? Any plan to show feature Blender? I don't know what you mean. Sorry, sir. Have I used Unreal Engine? I've used it a couple of times. Would I ever make a tutorial for it? Is that what you mean? Maybe, if it really became like industry standard perhaps, or it did something really cool that other stuff couldn't. I mean, real time, I guess, is the cool factor, but I found it a little daunting. And actually, the thing I didn't like about Unreal Engine was just the fact that you couldn't do any modeling. It's like I open up the scene and I want to do something, and it's like I want to add in a box, or I want to add in a wall, like for a room or something. And I have to open up a separate software. I have to open up Blender, create a wall, and then export that into Unreal Engine to bring in. And it's like, oh man, this is tedious. So I don't know. That was what kind of, I wasn't thrilled about that. So that was what irked me. All right, let's figure out this person's name. Blender Binge. Blender Binge. I assume you're on ArtStation. Are you on ArtStation? Oh, no. Oh, dear. Well, I can't actually find... I found an Instagram page. Maybe you can paste it in the chat, Blender Binge, and I can find the sculpt that you did of me. That'd be cool. And we can all critique it together. Let's do that. Anyways, I started learning Blender with your donut tutorial. I'm a software engineer, so it's interesting coming at it from a non-artist perspective. Yeah, no, that's there's actually a lot of software engineers using Blender. Actually, it's good because we need you guys, because you're the ones that create the tools and figure out the new technologies that artists end up using. So it's great. It's really good. I work in film production, and when I win an Oscar, I'm crediting you for the start of what I'm doing. Thank you. Well, that's awesome, Howard. I hope you win that Oscar. That'd be insane. What are your thoughts about the controversy over your NFT videos? Controversy. Dun dun. Well, I knew it was a controversial stance, so I kind of expected it. My stance was, what was it? That it's not as bad for the environment as people are. It's not in relation to the amount of attention it is getting. The fact that if you say I'm making an NFT, some people get canceled. They get all their fans going, I'm unfollowing and blah, blah, blah. Someone made a list of people that had ever said anything positive about NFTs. Somebody got death threats. And yet, I can sell as many t-shirts, as many prints, as many art books as I want, and nobody bats an eye. Because that's just the established thing. You're an artist, you do that kind of thing. You print stuff, you make physical merchandise. And yet, it is drastically worse to be having a merchandise store than it is to make an NFT. So I still think that. You might disagree, but I mean, it's really one of those things where, apples to oranges, two different things. I mean, one of them is vastly worse and we don't care about it. So if you want to care about NFTs, it's good to care about the environment. But like I saw one video, it really irked me. It was called, My NFT Almost Destroyed the Environment. That was the title. And he talked about how he almost made an NFT and he was going to do it. And then he read into it and then he heard from his community about how bad NFTs were for the environment. And then he ended the video with, so guys, I'm not going to make an NFT right now. It doesn't seem right. I'm just going to keep adding things to my merch store and keep using that as the source of revenue. And so I go to his merch store and he's selling shirts and overalls and things. And I'm like, how could you not see the problem with that? Have you done the math on those two things? So anyways, that's how it is. But no, I do definitely think that NFTs should be more efficient than they are. Like, there's no reason that it should take that amount of power just to authenticate a token going from one person to another. I really do. I think it'll happen eventually. And there's like Vive. There's a few marketplaces that are now doing well because they don't have the ecological impact. So I think they got the message. Ethereum's just got to fix itself and get there in time before it loses as people start going to these other cryptocurrencies. So, it'll happen. What is an NFT? Well, you should probably Google it. I mean, I don't know. I've explained it 10 times. Anyway, I should just say it's a non-fungible token. Non-fungible token. Yeah. So you can buy anything, any digital item, and then you can say you own it. And that's just how it is. What do you think about using pre-made assets in a scene? Contrary to your videos, I feel like it's cheating, as technically speaking, you can't exactly call it your own render. I totally relate to that because I felt the exact same way starting out. In fact, there was an old tweet I had that said the exact same thing. I feel like it's not mine if I use a model from like 10 years ago. So yeah, I know how you feel, but there's a difference between using a model when you don't know how to make it yourself, but you probably should, versus you already know how to, like if you've made a chair and you know how to model things and you've made a chair or whatever, a piece of furniture or whatever. When I'm making an interior, I know I could make every chair and every item in the scene. It's not a matter of how, it's just a matter of time. And it is far better to finish, let's say 20 projects a year, 20 interiors using external assets that other people have made rather than 2 because I tried to do everything myself. But if you're just starting out, if you're a beginner, then yes, you're right. You should not use pre-made assets as much as a professional because you don't know how to do those things yet, and you probably should. So that's my answer to that. Blender Binge, I'm sorry I couldn't find, I haven't been reading the chat because it's hard to read chat whilst you're also talking. But if you ever paste the link there, I'll check out the sculpt that you did. All right, thanks for your content. Your early tutorials helped me very much. I am now successfully bringing Blender to TikTok with my art, not far from making a living with commissions. Je m'appelle Pell said that. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear I helped you get started. TikTok, huh? That's an interesting avenue I haven't really gone down. Yeah, TikTok. I tried it. I tried TikTok. Didn't understand it. Sort of. It's like, I don't know. It just seemed like I entered like a kids cafe or something, like for teeny bops or whatever. Like they're all, I don't know, they're all dancing and doing these jokes. I felt like the oldest person in the room. I'm like, wow. Now I know how it feels to be old. But yeah, that's an interesting avenue of like using CG in TikTok because I did see a little bit of that. I'll be honest, I deleted TikTok once there was all those concerns around privacy with China having the data and everything. And I thought, yeah, it's a good point. I don't know what data I'm sending. It's probably a lot. So I'll delete it. I'm coming to the final decision on either to get freelance work or finding a remote job. Which do you think is more beneficial to an artist? Thanks. Which do you think is more beneficial? Getting freelance work or finding a remote job? It really depends on what you want. They're both pretty similar. It's just you're working with one client or you're working with many clients on shorter projects. So it's what's up to you. If you're starting out, I say freelance actually. You probably learn a lot more because you have to do so many weird different projects. You'll learn a lot in the process. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. TikTok is the future. Someone said that. It's gone now. Are you going to have another tutorial donut 2021 edition? Well, if Blender 3.0 is released this year, then yeah, there'll be another donut. There'll be a 3.0 donut because it'll be the third donut, the third Blender. Oh, that'll be great. But we'll see. It's I don't think there's that big a change happening to 3.0. Like the interface is pretty much the same. It's just that you would, you'd probably do a lot of stuff in geometry nodes instead of particles or something. But yeah. Okay. Have I ever thought of collaborating with Ian Hubert? Yeah. No, I know Ian Hubert. I'm trying to get him on my podcast. We'll see if that happens. Hey, Andrew, what makes one a 3D artist if models and textures are purchasable? Would it be considered wrong to use a few purchased models in one's portfolio artwork? No, definitely not. You go to any concept artist's portfolio, it's just full of models. Most of the stuff in it, they haven't made themselves, and that's fine because what they're selling is concept art. They're selling the ability to tell stories with lighting and the right composition and narrative and everything. What would be wrong is if you bought a chair, rendered the chair, and then said, I'm a modeler. There's a difference there. So just know the difference. If you want to be seen as a generalist that knows how to do many things and you've got portfolio pieces that look like you did things that you didn't, then don't do that. But If you're a concept artist or you want to demonstrate your compositional skills or anything else, then yeah, that's totally fine to just use as many models as you want, in my opinion. Yeah. Yep. All right. Check it out after stream, but it's on my channels in the community tab. All right. Oh, so you've got a YouTube channel. Oh, so let's check you out, YouTube. Kev Binge, is that your name? No, that's not it. No, we're going to critique it live on the call. Oh, there you are. Ha, I found you. Community tab. All right, let's do it. How do I share it? Yep, share my screen. All right, guys. What do we think? What do we think? How do I open up the... Oh, dadgummit. I want to open up the chat so I can actually see what's going on. Where's the chat? Oh, there it is. All right. What do we think, guys? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Scary. Yeah, I mean, you definitely got part of the likeness, I think. I would say I do look scary, though, and it's the eyes. The darkness around the eyes, I don't know if that was actually painted in or if that's just the shadow. I assume it's just a shadow. But yeah, it does look like I'm on drugs or I'm something there, or I'm like an undead zombie or something like that. It's not bad. It's not bad. But cool, good stuff. Well done, Blender Binge, and I am honored to be sculpted of. Thank you. Cool. Well, let me talk about this little idea that I've got. Let me just... This is the great thing about a stream, is you get to see somebody work in real time and how slow their brain operates. All right, let me load up the right stuff so that I don't just share my screen again with a bunch of irrelevant stuff on it and then get embarrassed later on. All right, ExpressVPN. I mean, thank God I didn't have like a bank website open or something as I just shared everything. Oh no, I need that one. No, it's gone. This is how slow I operate. Okay, Blender Guru folder. No. Donut. NFT. Dun. What kind of crazy idea is this? Merged. Okay, there it is. All right, let me pull up the right screen again. Let me put this here. And we're back. Donuts everywhere. Dun. Okay, so here's my crazy idea. Okay, so over the years, done 2 donut tutorials for an introduction to Blender. There's millions of people out there right now with a donut sitting on their hard drive. What if we were to put them all in one render like this, but it would be more probably because there would be thousands and thousands of them. And then I could even rearrange the donuts to spell something out. We sell it as an NFT to the highest bidder, and then the money goes to Blender. So I donate that money to the Blender Foundation. What do you guys think? Huh? Give me a thumbs up or a yes or a no. Because that was my... All right, everyone says yes. Good. Awesome. Great. All right, well, I'm glad to hear that it's approved. I was reading some comments about NFTs before, and I thought, this NFT idea is not going to fly with a lot of people. The other thing I would say also is that a lot of people are concerned about the environment, which is fine. So I would look at using an NFT website that is hosted on a non-Ethereum chain, so like Vive or something like that. But if not, if none of those are unsuitable, then I would also donate part of the funds to make it carbon positive, using a place that I still do carbon capture storage, which immediately removes the carbon out of the air so that you could contribute to a project and know that it's not doing any harm otherwise. So that would be part of it as well. So for people who want that. Your stream is lagged. Yeah, it is lagged. That's how it goes. Unfortunately, there's like a 5-second lag, and this is on the ultra low latency setting. Otherwise, it's like 10 seconds. So, will this stream be available later? No, I don't think so. There's nothing really to make it available later on. What I did before you all leave, because I want to beta test this idea. So I've got, basically I'm going to be collecting the donuts through a Google form, okay? And I'm going to have a programmer, because nobody wants to go through tens of thousands of individual blend files and then manually import them. I'd blow my brains out. So I'm going to have a programmer who's graciously donating their time to this project as well, who's going to be taking all these files and then like applying the particles, whatever it needs to do to prepare it for this use. And what I want to do is make sure that that it's ready for. Anyways, I want to see what donuts will appear like when you send them to me. Whatever crazy settings you've got, particles or random stuff, I don't know. But we want to be able to throw something at this program, this script, so that we can see how it's going to look when stuff gets brought in there. So what I'm going to do is paste into the chat right now. Bam. Send me your donut now. Okay, so this is a Google form. Can I pin that? Can I pin it? Pin the message. Message pinned. I hope I pinned the right one. All right, so go to that form right now if you've done my Blender tutorial. Then I want you to send me the donut. So essentially you need to open up your blend file. You then need to delete. In fact, I'll do it right now. I'll do it with you. Let's do that. Again, let me move stuff out the way. Blender 2.8, video, level 4. I'll show you how to send me the blend file, okay? And then I'm going to see what you send me and see if it's as insane as I think it is. All right, so this is what we're going to do. All I need is the donut. So delete the plane, delete the plate, delete this, delete everything. One by one. I mean, you could do it smartly through the outliner, but we're just going to grab that, okay? And that's it. And that's all I need. So then you're going to go save as. You're going to call it something else, obviously. So we'll call it like single donut.blend. And then importantly, you're going to hit the N key to bring up properties, and you're going to hit compress, which a lot of people don't know uses, I think it's 7-zip or something to compress it, but still make it a blend file, which is very cool. And then you're going to hit save as. Then you're going to go to the lovely Blender form. The lovely form that I added in there. Oh shoot, how do I? There it is. Shorten. Let's bring this up. And you're going to put it in. So you upload your blend file, you drop it in there, and bada bing, bada boom. Away you go. You just have to say that yes, you created the file, and yes, you give Andrew Price permission to use it for this project, and then your email address. So this is just the beta thing. I need to get at least like 10 blend files from people so that we can test the idea to see if it's going to work before I do a proper video announcement on the Blender Guru YouTube channel, my channel, and ask for everything. Because if we did something like, if we need to add an extra instruction in there or something like that, I need to do it now before opening the floodgates. So that's why I'm actually doing this live stream, because otherwise it's just going to be chaos. So yes, the beta, it's the beta. I know you guys call it the beta. Get out of here. I'm not calling it the beta. I don't know. We just call it the beta. I don't know if that's an Australian accent thing, because I don't know if all Australians call it beta. Like, Australia is slowly becoming Americanized, to the point that I think that most people, our language is slowly changing because we're sick of like people going, what did you say? Like, for example, thongs. Thongs. Australians wear thongs. We wear thongs everywhere. We wear thongs to the shops. We wear thongs at our grandmother's house because we're talking about flip-flops. Australians call flip-flops thongs. And yet, when you bring this up in a conversation with anyone who's from an international country, their eyebrows just go like this. And you go, no, flip-flops. So that's what I mean. So now when I'm talking, I just naturally now just say flip-flops, even though my entire life we've been saying thongs. Anyway. All right, so please send me your stuff, and I'm gonna see, what we've got. So let me go here. We go webcam, and I want to see if someone sent me something. I had to put a limit on the number of files that can be received. It's 1 terabyte. Because otherwise, holy guacamole! Look what we have here. Okay, well that's enough. That'll do. Wow. Okay, some of you are sending 750 kilobytes. Okay, this one, is that just a Taurus? Did you just send me a Taurus photo? I can't believe that would actually be the real donut. Is it? Could it be? No, I don't know about that. All right, let me go here. I'm going to open up your donut. I'm going to see what we get. Because I can't, no, it doesn't sound right. It could not be. All right. It's not even appearing. It won't even appear. Oh, no, there it is. How the hell did you make that 300 kilobytes? That's a real 300 kilobyte file. Okay, well, when I was testing it myself, I thought every donut's going to be about 15 megabytes. So that's impressive, dude, that you figured that out. Wow, that's really good. Okay, so this is the kind of thing we're going to get. We're going to get lamps. We're going to get cameras. It's going to be coming in at a different rotation. And we'll just have to figure it out and see what happens. It's going to have to clear its rotation, I suppose, the script. Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. But anyways, we're going to learn a lot from this. So thank you for everyone for sending in your stuff. I can see we're going to get a lot. We're going to get a lot of submissions. So how many have we got so far? 77. Now 78. Cool. All right. Thank you, everybody. So I'll send out the proper form. I'll send out the proper announcement for this idea in the next week. So I'll do that. And then the submission form will be open for 1 week. And you can send in your donut. And then it's up to me to do this painful process of making it appear as a one big pile. Like I was actually trying to figure out, like I was doing like a test of it this morning with just thousands of donuts. I tried to figure out like how many donuts will I get, and like how many objects can I realistically simulate together. So this is, how many is that? 7,500 objects basically, 7,500 donuts. Which I don't know. Maybe is that a crazy number? Do you guys think I'll get more than 7,000 donuts sent in over a week? I might. Really depends. Anyways, I'll have to figure it out. That's it. Well, this was going to be a short transmission, but I'll just read any final comments that we've got in here. Lots more. 1 billion vertices. Let's go. Yeah. React to Daniel Craft Mr. Beast play button. That's somebody repeating that over and over again. Do we have to resend it? Yeah, if you've sent me this one, probably send it again because it'll probably be different questions on the form. So this is just for a beta version. I appreciate you sending it. But yeah, we'll just use, yeah. I'll ask properly later on. Okay. Didn't know you went live. Cool. I was following your donut. Someone's asking a technical question. Sorry. Technical questions are very boring to everyone else who's not experiencing that issue right now. Sorry. Yeah. Andrew's been hacked. Have I? Don't think so. As far as I know, I'm still live. Yeah, I'm still live. Best piece of advice, says someone. Find someone who loves you. Yeah. Really loves you. And then marry that person. That's my advice. As a best piece. You got to be more specific. And you asked it like 20 times. You got to be very specific, man. How are you, Andrew? I'm good. What other hard-hitting questions have we got today? What if it sells for $1 million like Beeple? Oh, well, that'd be cool. That would be great because all that money would go to the Blender Foundation or the Blender Dev Fund or whatever else. And then you can hire lots of developers and then Blender would be awesome. So we could use the power of NFTs to make Blender awesome. That would be cool. Yeah, we'll see. Any advice for coming up with original ideas? Yeah, I got a video on that actually. Original ideas. I mean, really, I think ideas aren't that important when you're a beginner because you've got this technical hurdle in front of you. You need to know how to use this tool, this 3D software, which is very complex. And that's the part that's hard. It's the other stuff of like good ideas. And also like, even once you figured out Blender, then it's like design theory, right? Like, I don't know, making, what would you call it? Yeah, like the composition, color, interesting ideas, all that kind of stuff. That's kind of more important at the start as well. And then finally it's ideas of like what things to create. So at the start, I mean, really, it's just like scratch the itch that you want to scratch, you know, like that's the one that's important. So, yeah, just learn the technical stuff and just make what you want to make at the start. But I have videos on it. So just look that up, how to come up with ideas. Can you use some of it to real life giant donut? You could 3D print it. In fact, I was actually thinking for the NFT idea, we could also sell with it a giant canvas print of the artwork to sort of attract somebody who might be a collector or something like that, who wants to have something cool to display in their house. So we could print it out. That'd be kind of cool. Can you tell me a joke? Oh, I used to know so many jokes. Oh, actually, you know what? I've actually got a joke file on my phone. But here's the thing, though. It's my own jokes. So sometimes if I'm sitting on a bus by myself and I'm just like going somewhere, I'll think of a joke. I'll try and write a joke in my head. You guys want to hear a joke? Jokes. All right, here we go. These are jokes that I wrote. NASCAR may be the only business which not only tolerates, but rewards its employees for going around in circles. This was when I was living in Korea. Every night, tired hookers in high heels trudge back to vans with tinted windows where their pimp awaits inside watching TV. That's true. Now, I know they say pimping ain't easy, but what they won't tell you is that it is much, much harder to be a prostitute. I think I kind of stole that punchline from Norm Macdonald. But this is true. I just like sit in the apartment window and I just like look at these girls like walking down the street. And they just go into the van and there's a guy in there just sitting down watching TV. That was fun. Let's keep going. Work from home and earn $100,000 an hour. No skills required. The last part is key, because if you had skills, you'd probably know that money doesn't fall from the sky. Yeah, that's stupid. In the old days, a pirate was a daring soul on the open sea who risked certain death. Now it's just a guy with BitTorrent and justifications. Ooh, these are tough. This is more of a statement. I bet John Doe gets a lot of rejected bank loans. It's probably true, right? Happiness comes to those who wait. Conveniently coined by the guy who sits on the couch all day. Yeah, some of these are even too bad to ironically read. I mean, this isn't even a joke. It's just a true statement. The biggest difference between a credible theory and a conspiracy? The presentation. A sweaty, bearded fat guy is getting looped into the last category, regardless of how credible his arguments. I don't know. But that really is... Wear a lab coat and speak proper in front of the TV and anyone will believe what you say. Money doesn't grow on trees, says the guy who dismissed paper as another fad. Anyway. Oh, this was actually true news at the time. North Korea has developed its own smartphone. Local reviewers so far have slammed it as tasting terrible and not even slightly nutritious. Oh, that's fun. But seriously, they did make their own smartphone. But why? Oh, this is a good... The fire extinguisher. Yep, that's a fire. Godspeed. I want to make one of those. Sometimes I crack myself up from my own dumb jokes. All right. Well, that was my jokes, everyone. I hope it wasn't terrible, but it was, I'm sure. Okay, so any hobbies besides Blender? Besides cracking jokes? I don't know, man. When are you losing the beard? Is another question. I'll keep it for now. I mean, it is kind of annoying, I'll be honest. A little bit itchy from time to time. And my daughter hates it. But but no, it's cool. I think it adds years to the face, which was a problem I had before because people wouldn't take me seriously because they thought I was a kid. And I'm like, hey, I'm 31 years old. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. Would you consider selling a volumetric portrait of yourself made of thousands, if not millions of donuts for a charity or something else? Volumetric portrait. Huh. What would that be? Like a printed statue? Or one of those hologram things? They've now got real holograms, apparently, right? There's like a company or a technology that's using lasers to somehow suspend light in the air. I don't know how. But yeah, I guess you could. I mean, yeah, I'd be up for anything. I mean, that does sound a little self-serving to make a portrait of myself with donuts from other people. I don't know what statement that says. Like, you made me, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, that could be fun. You should grow out your hair. You're so cute. No, stop it. Could you make a blender in Blender? I mean, you would not be the first person to come up with that idea. I'll say that. What would be a good first job for a 3D career? Freelancer, I think. I think it's still... Or, actually, probably, now that I think about it, probably like working for a creative agency. Because then you're part of a team and you might have an ability to learn from other people. But you're still doing new and interesting projects constantly. So that would be kind of cool to have both. Oh man, everyone is saying react to Daniel Craft Mr. Beast play button. Oh, all right. It better be short though. Daniel Craft. YouTuber makes Mr. Beast an insane 100 play button. Okay. Is this it? Oh shit. This is like a big channel. Daniel Craft. I'm sorry I hadn't heard of you before now. Well, I'm honored that you started from my donut tutorial series and you thought to give me some money. That's very nice of you, sir. I'm going to react to it, because why not? Let's do that. Here we are. I guess I got to put on headphones. And there's desktop audio, so I got to make sure that it's not too loud. We're going to watch it together as a react, because there's nothing else to do. And what else am I
Mr.
gonna
Beast
do?
is about to hit 50 million subscribers. I'm a 3D artist, and I really enjoy his videos, so I thought I'd pay it forward and design him a custom 50 million subscriber play button, just like the ones awarded to PewDiePie and T-Series in the past. Even though there's not much of a chance that Mr. Beast will see this took me so long, and I really wanted to share the process with you because between you and me, the end result is 100% worth it. There's only two 50 million play buttons in existence, so there's not really a lot of reference to go off of. I needed some practice, so I remade PewDiePie's Ruby Award first to see what kind of problems I'd run into. I ended up doing the entire thing wrong. I wondered why the transparency didn't look right, only to literally stumble across the original design documents and realizing that this whole thing is one piece, and I built it as two, so I got to have fun redoing that entire thing so it would look just perfect. The background though, that was not perfect at all. I tried putting it on a box, but that was like way too lazy. Next I tried a PewDiePie shag carpet. It was like 1 a.m., okay? Leave me alone. I made the pattern with nodes and gave it this cool shag pattern around the edges using extremely large brain.
By the way, this is less of a react and just more of a me just watching it. I don't have anything to say so far. Other than, this is crazy.
Like
crazy amount of
noise
work.
textures. I used a hair system to place little carpet pieces all over the place, and then I put hair systems on the hair systems. Because you know what? If I'm gonna make shag carpet, I'm gonna make it the right way. Yeah, no, I just stuck it on a piece of wood. This is looking fantastic, and I feel confident about making Mr. Beast's play button now. Every good project starts with a concept. I feel like the best awards would be customized to the recipient, but also stay relatively classy. From the two examples, it looks like the award only has a few rules for the design. Each time there's a tall shape that somehow incorporates the creator's logo on top of a thick shape that doesn't do much except display the congratulations message. I'm gonna try and make this look as legit as possible to the point where someone would just think it's from YouTube just by looking at it. I've seen some really sick custom awards, but some of them maybe don't look like they're from YouTube, and that's fine. It's just not what I'm going for this one. If you want to make a YouTube award, you gotta think like YouTube. How would you design an award if you had the eyes of over 50 million people on you? Okay, maybe don't think like YouTube, but do think like the people who made this one, because this is awesome. YouTube doesn't actually make the awards, they outsource it to someone else. That someone else is Society Awards, the same people that happen to make the Golden Globe Award, the Billboard Music Award, the Emmy Award, MTV Movie Award.
I'm actually learning a lot from this. This is really, really good. Damn, yeah. No, you're coming about it the right way, Daniel Craft, if you're still in the chat.
Jack in the Box. They even made the Dead Mickey Mouse Award? They've got a whole section of their work, including a full page for YouTube awards. This is an excellent source for inspiration. There truly is no one that makes shoe headphones quite like these guys. The process of prototyping something like this is actually pretty simple. I started with basic shapes and started adding more and more as I thought it would add to the design. Maybe I was getting ahead of myself, but that's okay. The idea is the circle section would be where his logo goes, surrounded by supporting pieces that reflect his brand colors, maybe some things that he likes, who knows, it's just a prototype. The only thing I was unclear about is what kind of material it could be. It could have transparency like the others, but who's to say it couldn't be something else, maybe wood, metal, carbon fiber. The possibilities are pretty much endless at this point. The prototype itself is actually pretty much complete now, and it was time to start on the actual pieces.
Got a slow graphics card. Should be rendering faster than that, man. But damn.
The first piece I needed was that big logo right in front. I looked around to see if there was an SVG or something I could download, and Are you kidding me? I'm no chump. I'm not gonna pay $3 for an SVG file. I can just trace it. It's not gonna be that hard. Who do you think I am? Some kind of idiot? I am an idiot. I have been tracing for 3 hours now. Thank you, Mr. Beast, for this gem of a logo. Wow. You know, my favorite part was individually tracing the whiskers on Mr. Beast's logo. That's so much fun.
You got to turn off the anchor handles or whatever it is. That's a nightmare. All those lines going everywhere. Damn.
What you want about efficiency and valuing your time. I don't know. I just know that there's nothing quite as satisfying as how I felt when I hit that final button and I didn't have to do it anymore. Hey, that reminds me of some other button that would feel really satisfying to hit.
Am I poor shaming? Yeah, a little bit. With my graphics card comment. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep going.
Anyways, the next part involved filling in the non-border parts, extruding it, making a big block version, cutting out using the extruded part, and adding the details like the whiskers back. It really wasn't that bad, all things considered, and the progress shots were looking exquisite. The only problem was that the rest of the model was bound to look pretty boring. I knew I had to add some other aspect to this, so I went and watched a bunch of Mr. Beast interviews to see what kind of things he likes, what kind of things he's about. YouTube. He likes YouTube. A lot.
Subscribers, YouTubers, video, ideas. Carl. Money, the ideas, not fake. 1 million subscribers. Peak of my hustle. You blew up. I want to blow up. Nothing but grinding.
Okay, can anyone tell me, by the way, I'm going to pause this for a second. How is he able to afford the millions that he gives away in his videos? Has that ever been explained? It should be explained. Like every video is like, I'm giving away 40 Lamborghinis. Like here's a house for my 1,000th subscriber or something like that. How did that happen? Sponsors? Sponsors. Oh, and he has like 10 channels. Tax write-off. Oh, laundering. Well, no. Merch. He's a lizard person. Right, no sponsorships. That actually makes sense. So I guess he would go like, I'm giving away a Lamborghini from our great friends at the Lamborghini dealership or whatever. Or like a house, he's giving away something to do with a house. But they pay for it. Right. Right. That's how much sponsors can pay? Good God, man. I got to be charging... I should charge Polygon more money. More jokes from Andrew Price. I've never done a sponsorship, actually. Maybe I should. Jesus. Make millions of dollars per video? From a sponsorship? He sells illegal stuff. You know, I gotta be honest, like, everybody thinks that anybody doing well is doing something illegally. And it can be true. It might be true. But to jump on it for the first assumption, I must say, it's becoming, I'm just seeing it a lot for everything. He makes 1.6 million every month. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, that's crazy. Okay. He sells NFTs. Yeah, why not? Dude, everyone's just selling NFTs now. Like people that are just washed up celebrities. Oh, man. It's, yeah, I don't know. But like, what is it? Like Lindsay Lohan? Logan Paul, he's not washed up. He's doing pretty well. Who else? There's a bunch of Name the celebrity that you've seen sell an NFT. Because I'm sure there are others. What the heck is an NFT? Well, NFT stands for non-fungible token. Tom Hanks. Is Tom Hanks selling an NFT? Paris Hilton. Andrew Price. A lot of donuts. Oh, Soulja Boy. That's right. He is. Corridor? Well, they're not washed up. Currently Hannah? No, she's not. She's my sister. You're washed up? No, you are. How dare you? Bill Murray? Okay. Halsey? Yeah, some of these must be making bank, dude. Who was it? Blau? The one at L3AU that I used to just think was spelled like that. Yeah, he's making a killing. Bill Cosby. Oh, stop it. Oh, three Lau. Blau. Yeah, I used to just say 3 Lau. I didn't realize it was Blau. I also used to call him Dead Mau 5. Before my friend goes, do you mean Dead Mouse? I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. Oh, dear. Yeah. Anyways, dude, the NFT space is fun. And Elon Musk as well, of course. Because why not, right? Oh, dude, what did he buy? Like $1 billion worth of Bitcoin or something. And then like immediately it shot up in value. Of course it would. But then I was just thinking, like, what if he just sold it straight after then? You just make a profit of like $100 million. Oh, that would be the biggest like scam in history. Going like, yeah, we're really invested in Bitcoin. We think it's going to be huge. Invest $1 billion. Next day, take it out. JK. But thanks for the £100. Currently working on a garden idea. Listening to you, this keeps me focused. Oh, I hope it does it. That's amazing. It does. I gotta say, hearing this rambling. All right, let's continue this video.
This made me think that I could incorporate existing elements from current YouTube play buttons into this one. Oh, by the way, Neon Beach, they make neon signs. They liked my videos and they sent me this awesome sign. It's like a 3D grid. It changes colors. There's like 130 animations. Some of them are seizure mode, but
What'd you call it? Neon Beach? I want a neon actually for my podcast. Well, they're American, I'm sure, so they won't send it to Australia. Oh,
It's
well.
really cool, actually. This isn't even sponsored. I just thought it was really nice of them and offered to show it to my YouTube audience as thanks. But speaking of play buttons, the front of this plate could have the pattern of the diamond play button. For that, all I had to do was cut shapes onto the front pretty much randomly and then move some of them outwards. It looked really jagged though, so I added a bevel modifier which smooths those edges quite a bit. Oh
damn,
yes, that
dude.
is looking incredible. Now for these curve things.
This is really good, actually. I mean, the design is good. I don't like these spiral things, but we'll see what happens.
I tried a few different things until it occurred to me that these could be his brand colors, blue and pink. Maybe they could be transparent. At this point, it's starting to come together real nice. However, there was one problem. There is no way that this could actually be made in real life. These curves were not supported by anything at all. And they also don't connect to the main award at all either. I had to rework how these curves looked so that it also made at least some sense for them to exist the way that they do. I ended up settling with bringing the curve down to rest on the surface and for demonstration, connecting them to the body with a little metal piece or something like that. They also interact with the body in a few more places, so there would be ample opportunity to support
It does
them,
look
even though they still
way better when it's not like intersecting. Okay, I'm liking it now. It's coming along.
look pretty cool. I also gave him a more plastic or porcelain look because the way the glass colors mixed kind of bugged me and I kind of liked the other look better anyways. There's one thing that is for sure, however, and that is that this logo cannot go on like this. The first thing it needed was color, so I did that real quick, but I couldn't help but think this could be so much cooler. I went and looked around at materials and I found a cool one called Damascus Steel. I mapped it onto the logo and mixed the color with Mr. Beast colors, which darkened them a little bit, but honestly, I think this actually adds to the realism. And might I say, this is looking delicious. My only problem with it is this metal border it's not doing it for me. I want it to look nice. I want it to look like the stuff they put around car logos. It's not going to be that hard. I can just trace it. I am an idiot. I have been tracing for 3 hours now.
Hey Daniel.
What? Who is that?
It is I, Chandler. What would Mr. Beast do in this situation?
Chandler's right. I must finish this project. Add a cube, merge it in the center. You gotta extrude it out. You gotta
It's
put
loud.
skin
It's
on
getting
it.
loud. Okay.
This looks so good. Are you seeing this? For real, this actually looks insane. Next, I just modified the congratulations text, slapped it onto the award using a shrink wrap modifier, and then it's pretty much done. After some quick, quaint little optimizations and being a perfectionist that by themselves took 3 hours, including adding slight fingerprints because it's not realistic if there aren't any, I set up some camera animations so that I could show you the final results in glorious 1080p,
But you're not gonna print it.
60
Oh,
FPS.
I thought you were actually
don't
gonna
even know
make
if
it.
This video has that. Here it is, Mr. Beast's 50 million subscriber play button.
He did make it. Oh.
Please subscribe, it would make me very happy.
Wow. Okay. Well, you did actually make it. You surprised Mr.
Mr.
Beast with a custom play button. Wait, did you actually meet him? Whoa, dude. Oh, you actually made it. I'm just going to jump to the end. Whoa, dude, congrats.
I don't know what that word is.
Be it, brag, let it out.
I think this is gonna be better than whatever YouTube would do.
Oh, of course. Holy crap. Oh yeah. Flex so nicely.
Yeah, that's like.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not joking.
Dude, this is a big project. Holy cow. Wow. Daniel Kraft, man, I'm impressed. I hadn't heard of your channel before, but I'll subscribe. Definitely. Wow. That's awesome. Cool. Well, I think that's going to do it for this this little streamy thing. Sorry, Connor1193, you've sent me some cash. Is there a point where one should realize to stop chasing a creative dream? Constantly thinks about it but can't stay towards it. I mean, I think I've mentioned this on a podcast. Actually, one of my videos is called like what to do if you're feeling stuck or you're feeling demotivated or burnt out or something like that. Yeah, and if that is you, I mean, it could be many things. You could just be depressed, right? That's not fun for anyone. But you might be depressed, in which case that might not be like a creative problem. Like if you can't do many things, right? And it's not just Blender, but like you can't find a love for anything that you had in your life previously, that could be depression. But it could just be procrastination. It could be any number of things. So I think you got to sort of, like distill it down a little bit as to what might be the source of the problem there. But anyways, that's going to do it, guys. So thank you for tuning in. And wow, the time, it's 1 p.m. already here. Thank you for tuning in. I will let you, I'll post the video next week, probably announcing this community donut NFT idea. We'll see what people think. And well, now I know you guys approve at least. And I've got your submissions. I got 171 submissions now. Wow. Okay, well that's enough to test out the add-on, the script, see if it works. And I hope it sells for millions of dollars, and then that money can go to the Blender Foundation. That would be sweet. Thanks, guys. I will see you in a future stream whenever I do another one. Thank you. Bye.